Right, just before I pass out completely, because I really do feel like I'm going to pass out, um, I've just been on the phone to the legal ombudsman. I don't want to speak about that because I want to protect, certain things, but the person said, the call handler said, I feel physically sick. I do feel physically sick. She said, have you tried the local government and social care ombudsman? And I stopped her and I said to her about, well, you can see from my video last night, not the last video I've just made about the landlady assaulting me today, the video before that. And in that video, I am saying, as you can see in the description, what this woman is saying about the local government and social care ombudsman on the police whistleblowers website regarding concerns over John Wedger. Anyway, because I actually phoned John Wedger in Juliet Rawson's flat. Juliet was my crucial witness for the local government and social care ombudsman. She was going through cancer treatment and she was attacked in the street trying to help me, and I later found out that she worked for social services. She forwarded me her emails to the local government and social care ombudsman and the local MP, who told a caseworker called David, said at Caroline Ansell's MP office, he said, we get complaints like this all the time. So people are, tearing their hair out left, right, and centre. And welcome to the UK in 2024. So yeah, so that's what I've done. So I said no. Dan Saxby from Brighton Housing Trust told me to go to the local government and social care ombudsman for compensation because they were doing this to a lot of homeless people in Eastbourne. The police were arresting a lot of homeless people. He told me that about 8 years ago, before the police started doing all of this. And I've just, as you can hear from my conversation with Monique Prescott, 3 hours on the phone speaking to the police and to Monique, and I'm telling her this is what's going on, this is the corruption. The local government and social care ombudsman, I added to the 100, or was it 99% of bad reviews on Trustpilot, and everyone's saying the same thing. It's a scam. And there are people, deep state, as you can see in the description on my video from the other night, just how corrupt the LGO is. They did nothing, and yet there was evidence of me being attacked by criminal licensees that were protected by Brighton Housing Trust, Lorraine Blackwell, and Eastbourne Borough Council, one of whom was mentioned in the national news a few months later as mugging the elderly with her mother for a second time. Yes, Monique Prescott. That's right, not Monique Prescott. Sorry, the landlady, Victoria Scott. So if you're watching this, Victoria, how would you feel? Yes, how would you feel? Or Victoria's son, how would you feel if your mother, your elderly mother, had been mugged by the elderly? Because one of the assailants that attacked me was mentioned in the BBC News. You can look it up online. Sherelle Clark and Dion Clark, mother and daughter, jailed for 5 years for mugging the elderly. That was, and then they were released 2 years in prison to do the same thing in a road, in Belmore Road, not too far from here, to do the same thing again. And I recorded elderly residents supporting me. It's on my YouTube channel. You have a look up evidence of licensees attacking me, and you will see the evidence. Blood on my door, you can see. And that wasn't the worst attack. The worst attack where I was attacked to the point where I thought I would be killed whilst I was in the bath by someone off their head on drugs. Your children and your children's children will end up like this. And you've got an 85-year-old mother who's gotten to this point in her life where she finds this funny? That she's exploiting vulnerable, bereaved people, i.e. myself. I'm talking about myself. I self-funded the Cavendish Hotel for 9 months for my safety. You can hear me saying it to Monique in that video. That I reached out to members of the council, even Josh Babarundi, OBE, knew about my YouTube channel, but he didn't have the common decency to reach out to my online application form. I've just been telling Monique about how suicidal I was. It's all published online, how I came very close to suing the Herald for libel. All their evil will be judged before the great white throne of judgment, and I certainly don't want to be in their position. You're a long time dead. Remember that. You're a long time dead. Eternity is a long time to be weeping and gnashing and having no rest at night. I will get my rest then. I may not be sleeping at night now, but I'll get my rest then. So on that note, I shall finish. So the LGO, I don't know.